Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. This is part 13 in a series of answering the questions in finding the missing coordinate, the y2 coordinate, and also I'll be answering in a couple of videos question number 2, how to find the equation given the information. So I went over the problem, right? I'm showing you here the information that I have. I've got one ordered pair. I have half of another ordered pair, and then I have a slope given in the question. So I'm going to label this x1, -1. y1 is a +1. My x2 value is going to be a 5. And my y2 value is a question mark. I don't know. I'm going to solve for this variable, right? Variable is just a symbol of a real number that we don't know of. And here I'm just organizing my values, x1, x2, y1, y2, right? My x1 is a -1, my x2 is a +5, my y1, I'm just double checking, is a +1, and I don't know what that y2 value is. And again, my slope is 2. And so there's two formulas I can use in substituting the values I have in order to discover the missing y2 coordinate point that we're looking for. You can use the slope formula, and thankfully they give you the slope formula and all the formulas you can use to solve for the missing y2 coordinate point, or which is m, or slope, equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Or you could use the point slope form to find your missing y2 value. That formula is y2 minus y1 equals m times the x2 minus x1 quantity. And the slope formula was derived from the point slope form. Quickly, I'm going to show you that. What's the opposite of multiplying m times the quantity inside the parentheses? It's to divide. So if you divide both sides by x2 minus x1, you would end up with y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. What we do to one side of the equal sign, we have to do to the other side. And anything over itself is 1, which means m is left all alone. It would look just like our slope formula. So you could use either of these formulas to solve for our y2 value. I'm going to show you how to use both, and you need to choose which one would be the best option for you when solving this particular problem on your standardized exam. So here is the slope formula. Excuse me. You know what? I jumped the gun here. I don't want to jump the gun. Don't forget your x and y values. I like to show that to you as including the slope before I move too far ahead. So I'm first going to use the slope formula here, as you can see here, and I'm going to organize my values. So I have my slope, or m, equals 2. So I'm going to substitute 2 into the formula where I see m. Okay? I don't know what my y2 value is. That's my question mark, or my variable symbol. Okay? And looking at the formula, minus y1. Looking up here, my organization, y1 is a +1. So I'll substitute that for my y1 value. I'm going to come down here in the formula. I'm going to look for my x2 value, which is 5. So in the formula, I'm just going to substitute a +5 minus my x1 value, which is a -1. So I'll substitute -1 here, and you see the -1 here. Now, I'm just going to slowly, step by step, solve and get y2, or the question mark, all alone in order to find my answer. So let's just jump right on into it. Order of operations says parentheses first. There's nothing inside the parentheses I can do. There's no exponents. But I can multiply or distribute this negative invisible 1 times a positive 1, which will give me negative 1 on top. Then I can also distribute this negative 1 in the bottom, negative 1. Many of you say, oh, it's a subtraction sign. It's really an invisible negative 1. Negative 1 times a negative 1 is a positive 1. So that's what I'm going to kind of do in this first step, right? Negative 1 times a positive 1 is negative 1. Negative invisible 1 times the negative 1 is a positive 1. So all I've done is multiplied to simplify. Now, order of operations say add, subtract to combine like terms, and 5 plus 1 is 6. Now I have the variable question mark minus 1 divided by 6. All right, now what I'm going to do is one at a time, eliminate these terms 6 and a negative 1 so I can get that question mark or my y2 value all by itself. What's the opposite of dividing by 6? Multiply 6. But what I do to one side of the equal sign, I have to do to the other side. So I'm going to multiply that 2 by 6 as well. And that's what you see here. Multiplying 6 to both sides. 6. The 6's cancel. And so you can cross cancel those 6's. They cross cancel, leaving me with the unknown minus 1. 2 times 6 is 12. So I'm going to show you that here in the next step. I have 12 equals question mark minus 1. Minus 1. And so I don't want this to get confusing or too shaky, so I'm going to take my time here. What is the opposite of subtracting 1 to both sides? Adding 1. So what I do to the right side of the equal sign, I got to do to the left side. 1 plus a negative 1 cancels to be 0. I'm left with my y2 or question mark value. 12 plus 1 is what? 13. So I'm going to show you here how 13 equals my question. If you remember from the beginning, we're trying to find the y2 value. That y2 value equals 13. 13. Here's the second method you could use. As I told you, we will go through that here now. Use the point slope form. And here's the formula. And just one at a time, you're going to substitute your y1, your slope, your x2, your x1, and you'll solve for that y2 value. Okay, so again, a reminder, A, 13 was the correct answer. So let's just do that. Let's substitute those values. I now have y2, and that's the invisible negative 1 I talked about earlier. My y1 value was positive 1. My slope, my m, was a positive 2. My x2 value was 5 minus my x1 value was a negative 1. So now I'm just going to kind of simplify. Negative 1 times 1 is a negative 1, excuse me. Negative 1 times a negative 1 is a positive 1. That's all I've done. And I've rewrote the 5, rewrote the 2, rewrote the y2, and the negative 1. Now I'm just going to continue to simplify. I have to do what's inside the parentheses first. 5 plus 1 is 6. And then everything else I just rewrote. Next step in order of operations is to multiply 2 times 6, which gives me 12. Gives me 12. I want to get that y2 all by itself, so I'm going to add 1 to both sides. 1 plus a negative 1 is 0. I'm left with my y2 value. What I do to the left side, I got to do to the right side. 12 plus 1 equals 13. So my y2 value is equal to 13. And if you want to come back up here to check the original portion, my x2 value is 5. My y2 value, let me get that over here, is 13. So you got a couple options to choose from. The answer was A. I hope you got that answer correct. If not, go back, watch my videos. Thank you for joining me. Hey, if I've helped you, please help me. Math is easy. Take it step by step.